Hello, guys. It's Win back at it again.
Brother, why is the background pink? Nothing wrong with pink, but why?
Bro, you're gonna
No.
interrupt me during the intro?
Let him
That's
cook.
cooked.
Let him cook.
That's
Let him
cooked.
cook.
All right. Anyway, hey, it's Win back at it again. Notable Nationals dropper, and this is we're talking about the new time rules. This is the ideas of the prisoner's dilemma as brought up by what is it, Mark the Page. Um, Skill issue featuring Kevin and AMA Yu-Gi-Oh. You guys know them probably pretty well by now, but you can introduce yourselves no matter what. Go on.
I will not be introducing myself.
Okay.
Nah, I am. I'm MMA Yu-Gi-Oh. Hello, thank you for having me.
All right. So first, let's go back. This is the old heads. The old heads we're talking about time rules, so I made them all clocks. The old time rules used to be, I don't know, like all the way back at the start of the game. I'm not even sure if the rounds were timed at all, honestly. I have no idea. But I know that it used to go to turns, kind of like Magic the Gathering does now. And you would go, play 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know that much about these time rules. To be honest, they're pretty irrelevant to me personally. Because I've never played with them. But the old time rules was basically you play out extra turns of the game whenever you hit the time limit of a tournament, right? Is there anything? Yeah. So that's what we have of the old time rules. We have the modern time rules, which are the ones we just had, where when time in the round hits, you determine who's the winner by who has more life points. Now we have the postmodern rules, is what I'm going to call them, which is the double game loss, 5 extra minutes on the clock, which means 50-minute rounds, and still best of 3, but if you go to time, both players get a loss. So the modern rules, the rules about life points, they had some issues. It led to cards like Crimson Resonator, Ancient Fairy Dragon, and Sparks being played in the meta when they probably shouldn't have. Ancient Fairy Dragon less so than the others, but and also no one played Sparks. But the point is, damage and life point gain effects were much more valuable than they should have been because they would win you the game out of nowhere. And if I was doing an ABC combo with 7 minutes left on the clock, I would do an FTK, but I would also take 7 minutes and gain 1,000 life points. And that is not a good way to win the game. So, with that background out of the way, let's talk about the new time rules. I think the new time rules are dog shit. I think the new time rules are dangerous, as Mark the Page mentioned. I'll probably be just taking their stance. And these two jokers that I have on think that the new time rules are actually really good. So, yeah, here we go. What do you guys think about the new time rules? Let's start here.
Your side deck matters a lot more now.
Okay. That's interesting.
Going to third game of the set, activating Solemn Judgment and not worrying about time is so refreshing because now your side deck holds full relevance during all 3 games.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point.
Kevin?
Yep.
I don't think. I think a majority. I'll take Trip stance. I think a majority of players are not affected by this because one, we're bad, and two,
Okay.
if you find yourself going in time on a week-to-week basis, at some point it's not your opponent, it's you. If you're constantly going in time and let's just say you go to 3 locals a week, right?
Yeah.
Average 12 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say you're going in time 7 times. It's probably your fault at the end of the day because you're probably or you're just taking. It's okay to think about a play. It's okay to think about what happens 5 steps, 5 resolutions down, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, it really is your fault for going in time because one, your habits could be better, your thinking habits could be better, your physical habits could be better. If you're randomly shuffling your deck after every time you go in, you're just wasting your own time. If you're constantly looking through the if you're looking through the graveyard more than 5 times in a fucking turn, it really is your fault that you're going in time.
Yeah. And I can kind of agree with this, right? Like some guy took so long to think in his main phase while doing a malice combo, and then he crashed out at me for whenever I won in time because I like started cracking his board and took the last 5 minutes of the game to actually play because he thought he could FTK me, and he crashed out at me, right? So this happened at nationals, and I did get that game, and he said that it was like me for slow playing. Here's the thing, he was the one that took 5 minutes per main phase without taking a game action all 3 games of our set. And I really don't feel like that's my fault because he burned 15 minutes off the clock doing literally nothing. So like that is a good point in like the time rules as they were did reward that kind of slow play, but they also he also lost, I guess, so that's not a great example. But you know what I'm saying. So that is a good point about the skill issue type of aspect, and that's why that's in the intro about going to time.
I think another big part is that this meta, like in one of the last videos I was in, me and Kevin both explained that like your interactions really mattered and like it showed skill.
Right.
It's now on you to decide whether it's worth scooping and just go on to the next game than like trying to waste your opponent's time and trying to win on like quote unquote time where like you wouldn't get rewarded for your skill. You just wasted some time. Now it's like play faster or like you because like realistically each interaction should be around like 30 seconds to like a minute, right? That's plenty enough time to like do each action, think about what next step, especially if you know your own deck,
Right.
right? Every Yu-Gi-Oh player should know their state of their deck by their graveyard and hand, just because like that's all public. Well, your hand's your private information, but like graveyard's public. You should know what's in your deck pre-side,
Yes.
right? And so like you should just be able to make that quick decision, play maybe one or two interactions, look at the rest of your hand. You have 2 cards versus 5 of their interactions. You're not breaking it, right?
Right. Yeah,
And
that is
so,
true.
but what a lot of people would be doing is they play every single card interaction, pass it to their turn, opponent's turn, which now they have to build up their board again, which takes some amount of time.
Right.
And then they go, oh yeah, I'll scoop now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
brother,
Mm-hmm.
you could have just conceded right there and then, and we could like have an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
right? Um,
So there's that there. I would like to push back a little bit on that, and that like what I've seen some YouTubers talking about is that like I think Jesse Cotton was the one who said it the most recently, the most like actively was sometimes when entering a tournament, he's learning a deck, and I know we're not all like Jesse Cotton, right? But that does go to show that like even when you're entering a tournament, like learning a deck is a big deal on the fly. And so I think that like saying that you should know the ins and outs of your deck is true for the most part, but I do think that it kind of shuts off player expression in a way where you should be able to learn a deck while playing the game at locals specifically. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you on that specifically, just because like learning a deck it can be hard under these new time rules if you're going to keep getting double game losses. Though that does go back to what Kevin was talking about with like it might be your fault, which is still part of the like skill issue argument from the start, which is just like basically don't go to time. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the skill level and learning decks and stuff. And that's why I think the do time rules are kind of bad from like a locals perspective, I guess.
I understand that too, but like at any tournament, right?
Hmm.
It is still your responsibility to know what some type of what your deck does, right?
Yeah,
You shouldn't just be like, normal summon and then read the like whole 2 paragraphs on each Yu-Gi-Oh card because God forbid short text.
that is true.
Uh, and then they read that 2 paragraphs and then that's like a 5 minute turn or 5 minute action, right?
That's
And
true.
they then like if they're learning the deck, depending on their experience too, they would ask questions how things like how does it resolve, stuff like that. And like it is okay for you to learn certain interactions, but like you should also read your cards beforehand, right?
That is true. Coming to a tournament is an aspect of it. What do you think, Kevin?
I think it's okay to read cards. I don't think it's okay to read the meta cards. Like, I'm sorry. Like last year at Rota Regionals, dude, we're like 8 months into fucking Year of Fire, and I'm watching this guy slow play his opponent, asking to read Snake Eye Ash. This shit should not be tolerated.
That
Right.
that
Like,
is actually a good point. Yeah, reading Snake Eye Ash at that point is crazy. Even if like honestly, even if you didn't know about the effect to send Snake Eye Ash plus another card to the graveyard, you should know that normal summoning it adds a pyro from your deck to your hand. Like there is
No,
small things like that.
you should know both effects because both effects happen on a daily basis.
Well, yeah, I mean that's true. Like I agree. Like I would know that, but I'm just saying like generally, even if you're a person that has like a terrible memory, like I know people like that who would forget about the second effect, but if they are normal summoning it, you should at least know the normal summon effect.
right. And then it's also like to the point where like I believe in the good faith of Yu-Gi-Oh players of like they see someone new, they want the game to thrive. They'll go, "Hey, after this tournament, do you want me to help you out? Maybe learn."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I've seen
And
that in
I
this
think that's
community a lot.
totally okay. Because like then now not only do they like get to meet the people in the tournament
Hmm.
and then in any set tournament, right? And then they get to know them outside the tournament and they get to learn more knowledge, which helps them play even faster.
Right, and that is all part of learning the game, right? Not just like learning your deck, but it is part of learning the game generally as a person who plays Yu-Gi-Oh. So that is a good point. In that sort of sense. And it should all be happening at locals, right? For regionals, I don't know. I think maybe the stance I'll take here is that the time rules for locals maybe should stay the same. Because for locals, I feel like it is more of a learning environment, whereas regionals and up, YCS's, Nats, stuff like that, is like a higher tier of event. You don't allow as much stuff like takebacks. Like sometimes people are allowed at locals, sometimes people don't. You're technically not supposed to, but it's whatever. It happens. I've had it happen to me. I've seen it happen to other people. Stuff like that. And so I think maybe we should try to preserve the more casual side of the game in local environments. But I don't know. It kind of depends on what you mean, because like a case tournament is a lot different from like locals every week where you get $15 in store credit.
Right. What do you think, Kevin?
I I'm willing to help anyone out.
That's true.
Um,
Notable judge. Notable judge,
unless
by the
unless
way.
you're just like a fucking like dickhead. And like when I play like anyone and like they make a mistake, I'll let them go back. Doesn't matter. I don't care if it's locals. Like if I lose that game because I let you go back, like I want good practice. Like if I lose, like just know I let you go back. Cause I don't ask to go back that much.
That's interesting.
No,
Like usually
but
I
for
just
real,
fucking scoop.
I be having to argue with this man, Kevin. He'd be like, "Ah, shit, I fucked up, brother. Go back. We're at locals." He's
Yeah,
like, "No, bro, no, bro.
facts.
I won't go back." Like, bro, just go fucking back.
Just take a step back, dog. Like Jill, yeah. No, that's true. Honestly, on the flip side of that, I think low key not taking go backs might make you a faster or like taking. Sorry, I think taking like go backs could possibly make you a faster player because you'll think about your plays like not as much. You see what I'm saying? That might not be
Right.
true. I don't know. It depends on the person. But like, all I'm saying is you think about your turn less per like game action, right?
I think the new time rules punishes people for like not playing chess, and it just like you have fit like the old time rules. You didn't really care about 3 games. Like some decks just had a win con, right?
Yeah.
Like Memento players had Gaga Cowboy or Agave Dragon,
Yeah, exactly.
and tournament fucking Scattershot. Like some decks just didn't play like a 3 game timer. Now
Yeah,
like
exactly.
now every deck is punished to play 3 games, and we've literally played Yu-Gi-Oh forever. We know how important going first is. and like now because you're down a game and you have to win the next two, like it is actually just like fucking miserable.
So you're saying the new time rules are worse at that?
I
Oh,
think
shit.
I think no, I'm not saying it's worse. I'm just saying it punishes the like people who like are used to like cheesing wins.
I see. So you're saying that it's better because you have to play 3 actual games as opposed to playing 2 games and then the last one is decided by like the random burn effect you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see. Um, I I kind of agree actually, in the sense of I think this rule change is so bad that it has created a teamwork style between the like player and player between like duelist and opponent that both players are trying to get to the end of the match before they both get a double game loss. And I think, in a sense, that actually is an interesting rule change because it creates a sort of team dynamic where you and your team, or you and your opponent in this case, are trying to actually get to the conclusion before you both lose. So I don't know. From that standpoint, maybe it's a good rule change.
It does. It does suck for newer players though to go like all the way back
Yeah,
because like maybe they don't know about other platforms, but like it's also like a thing where like most people have Master Duel, and that's how like modern Yugi duelists get into the game,
that's true.
and so they have like a good like decent understanding ish. They just need to get rid of like the habit of needing to push a button, right?
Right, right.
To follow up with like jumping back up here though in the current conversation, I do think that the rules are like okay because of that. Like there's been so many games for me personally. So this is my biased opinion, but it's an opinion, right? What opinion isn't biased? Uh I've just been burned in time too many times. Shit, bro.
Literally. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I've lost in time before. All the way back when I was learning the game, I used to lose in time all the time, and that felt. I bet that feels worse than a double game loss. I don't know. I haven't played the format since this rule change has taken place because I haven't been able to get to locals. But yeah, no, like I used to lose in time all the time because I would play like Weather Painter's Stun, right? And that deck is not like it can't close out
Fire.
games at all. Yeah, we're talking 8 macro cosmoses in the main, by the way. Anyway,
Oh, bro, I might
so
swing.
so yeah, like that did feel bad as a newer player. Do you guys have like newer player experiences that relate to this? Kevin, Larry,
Just be good.
just be good.
Oh, nah, bro. It's either I won or I lost, and I was playing Pendulum, so I lost a lot. Straight
True.
up.
Amen.
I mean, I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I like fucking peak Snake Eye, and like I
Wow.
bought the deck. Like Martin, Max, Etienne, Ian, Burnaby, Sam. They like, dude, you can ask them a year ago how bad I was. It is like literally like insane how fast like I just got better. Cause like,
Yeah.
cause like back then, like games ended faster. Games ended faster then because Tenpai was a thing, right?
Yeah.
So like, I guess time didn't matter then because like there was so much Tenpai running around.
Right.
Cause
And
like,
if you're playing a
it,
Tenpai best of three, you're not going to time.
yeah, cause like, and if a Tenpai player can't close you out, it's their fault. Like if you go turn 4 versus Tenpai, cause like if they fail the OTK on you, like they literally make seals pass. And like I think the builds back then were just playing like one of each of the level 10s. So like once they're like out, like they're out. You just won the grind.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause like I don't know, time never really affected me. Cause like I don't know, man. I'm hitting quantum physics in my fucking head, bro. I'm sure Ares can attest to you. Like I can literally call out Ares' hand sometimes, like by the way he plays.
Yes, bro.
That's
Like, not
crazy.
gonna lie, he be mind gaming me. That should be so irritating because I know I'm playing into the way like he's playing and not
No,
the vice versa.
no. You're not playing how I like. You're not playing how you want to play. I'm making you play how
No,
I want you to
that's what
play.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, but like he just like does things where like I look at my hand and I go, I have to like interact with that. I've gotten a lot better with it. I think personally though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. And I feel like readability is another interesting thing, like aspect of this, because you can use time as a way to leverage readability and like bluffing and stuff, which is an aspect of the game I feel like don't people don't really like talk about enough. So like at nationals, right? I played a deck that was kind of high on bluffing because I had my Imsetis and stuff that needed to resolve. But the thing about Imseti is that you basically never want to negate Imseti. Because you might minus your opponent a lot, but the thing about Imseti is that it's never an actual combo starter unless they're going for zombie vampire, but you'll never know that, right? So the thing like for me, resolving Imseti was the most important thing because it pitched a really powerful card. Think your Rainbow Bridges of Salvation, think your Black Goat Laughs. But it was really hard to like get people to let it, or it was really easy rather for me to get people to let it resolve because it's such a like non-negatable thing, in my opinion. And the way you can leverage time is that they don't want to think too long on your Imseti because they don't know what deck you're playing overall. Especially for me, someone who's playing an ABC combo pile and featuring like Horus cards and Featsmith cards, is just that like they're never going to really know what you're doing. And I think bluffing plays into that in a very interesting way. And yeah, I try to be kind of cheery when I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but I do like try to sort of conceal information within that. And I know that like Ares, for example, does not play very cheerily. Ares plays very serious.
Yeah,
So
my
does
man.
Kevin. Kevin's locked the fuck in. Um, so you know there's variance to that. So yeah, thinking about bluffing is an interesting way to think about it. What do you guys think?
I
I
am
mean,
just letting you know.
Yu-Gi-Oh's poker.
I Yu-Gi-Oh is poker, but
It's true.
I am always ashing Imseti.
It's literally
Bro,
it's the wrong play, dog. It's the wrong
I do
play.
not care. You do not get to pitch anywhere from besides Imseti, another one or two cards into the grave for you to get 2 to 3 level 8s in grave and special them for free. Brother, what? Are you insane?
Nah, dude. Like people literally just let my Mcetti resolve. I'm telling you, it's
Yo, I'm not even capping. I'll let it resolve. I'm gonna ask you on the first pitch to pitch another card.
yeah.
Nah,
I've
bro.
thought about that a lot too. Nah, I think I would be with Ares on that. Like ashing Mcetti is really important
Nah,
because they
bro.
can.
I'm telling you, bro. You ash the King's Heart, and like they just think you're bad, and like when they lose to that, like, oh, bro, that's a world of hate.
That's true. Mental games are big. I
Hold
mental
up,
gamed
Nito.
some guy. I rode to nationals on the mental gaming a guy so bad that he forgot to recycle his Mitsurugi mirror. He was staring down one Sidra Infinity Negate and he couldn't get over it. Kevin was there. He saw this happen.
That is crazy, bro. What?
Yeah,
What that was?
yeah. It was me versus that Mitsurugi player in round 8 of the Seattle Regionals, and he couldn't get over one Sidra Infinity Negate, bro.
Yo,
He also couldn't.
I even remember
He
that dog.
he also couldn't get over one YAR head equipped with a singular A assault core though. So maybe that guy was just dog shit.
I mean,
So
sometimes your
Sometimes it's like
opponents
that.
are just worse, you know.
that is kind of true. That is kind of true. So
Shout out
yeah.
that guy. Like,
Shout out that guy. I'm sorry for calling you dog shit. I played you at the next regional I played in and got completely waxed by you because I was playing going second Fire King. So maybe you're not ass, but my deck was terrible. Anyway,
crazy,
let's
bro.
let's let's close this out. I think that the new time rules are bad because of the prisoner's dilemma as Mark the Page had outlined. And I think that the fact that an angle shoot like that, in which you like sort of intimidate your opponent into conceding, which shouldn't be legal, but like you can't enforce that, so whatever. is a very bad thing for the game. However, I think that is a good thing that it has created a team dynamic between you and your opponent in that you both want to get to the end of the game. So there's that as well.
What if there is no end of the game?
What?
Hmm.
I
What do
couldn't
you
hear
mean?
Sorry. Yeah. What?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm just raging with you, dude.
Oh, okay.
uh, I don't know. My standpoint is that overall, it hasn't changed anything much for me. It is bad for beginners of Yu-Gi-Oh, but like if you try to be social and like reach out, people will most likely try and help you depending on like the people you reach out to.
That's true. That's actually, you know what? With that note, I think that's a good note to end the video on. Good job, guys. I'll have you on next time I think about something to debate about, to rage bait the internet about. And yeah, farewell, everyone.
Bring back Mystic Mind.
Hell no. Stream Wormhole Wonderland. Goodbye, guys.